Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Crystal's Nails. In today's video, I'm going to be using my practice hand to create a marble nail look with polygel. So, the first thing that I got to do is prep the nails. I'm cutting the nails down and I'm filing them to make it easier for the polygel to stick to them. Now I'm going to cheat a little bit and use my drill because I just really don't have time to file them with the hands. I think it's just easier to use my drill. But if you don't have a drill available, you are free to just use a nail file, and I recommend using one that is coarse since you're working with a practice hand, and this will cut down some of your filing time. If you do, however, use a nail drill, just make sure you hold the nails because any pressure or fast movement will pop those babies right off. And I had a lot of trouble keeping those babies on during this process, so maybe using the nail drill is not the quickest way, but I digress. So now I'm going in with my nail brush to dust off the nails, and I'm also using my nail dust collector to catch all of the debris because I don't want any of the particles showing up when I apply the polygel. So now I'm matching my tips to the nails, and I'm using my nail drill to file the insides of the tips so they'll stick easier together. Something to know, when you're using the tips with a practice hand, in order to get them to bind, you have to select a tip that's just right or either bigger. If the tip is smaller and you try to make it fit, it's gonna pop off no matter what. Trust me, I kept making the same mistake and I couldn't figure out why the tip wouldn't stay on. And so after watching videos from some awesome nail techs, I was able to figure out exactly what I was doing wrong. So if you pick your tips and your tips are bigger, all you have to do is just clip the sides or file them down to a size that fits the nail bed, and then they will work perfectly. Ooh, child, I don't even know what I'm doing right here. I mean, there's no rhyme or reason to why I'm putting the glue on before I even have the nails ready. But that's okay because you all get to see some of the mistakes that I'm making, and you all get to see that I'm just not perfect. You know what? I ultimately decided to use a different type of nail because that other nail was just not it. It wouldn't stick or budge, and I think that plastic on top of plastic, especially when the tip is as thick and borderline plexiglass as that last one was, I just think that it doesn't work. Now, the new tips that I'm using are thinner, more flexible, and less stubborn. I think moving forward, I will use these type of tips, which are super thin. These tips are actually supposed to mirror an already prepped tip, and they have the textured top, but I'll use these to work with practice hands. So what I'm doing right now is just clipping down the nails and filing them to the desired shape that I want. And again, just make sure that you're holding the nails when you're filing, because even though the nails are sticking right now, doesn't mean that they will stay stuck. So just use a gentle hand and take your time. It's better to just get it done right the first time than to have to redo it. So I'll just finish filing these down. I'm doing this tapered almond look, and then I will use my little brush and dust off the excess dust. And then I'm going in with the Gelish PolyGel in white and clear. I lightly mix this together as I'm doing right now. You don't want to over mix because if you do, then it'll get mushed together and turn into one color. And in this case, the less mixing you do, the more marble the nails will turn out. So I'm just placing that on the nail as such. And then Gelish has a polygel slip that goes with the polygel that works perfectly. I don't suggest using a different type of slip, but I'm going to go in with that slip, make sure that brush is always wet, and then kind of start molding the nail. Now, you don't want to over mix and mold the nail. I found that it was better to just add more clear polygel than to keep mixing because everything starts to get milky and bond together. So you really want to make sure that you're getting that mold as quickly as possible with as little manipulation as possible. So now I'm curing that for about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And then I'm going back in to finalize that shape and make sure that it is to the standard that I like. Just defining that taper almond shape even more. And there's really not going to be much fouling you have to do at this point because it's extremely easy to get polygel to the shape that you want, where at the end of the process you don't really have to do a lot of fouling. But there's still a little that you have to do, but not very much. But what I'm doing in here is I'm just cleaning everything up, fouling the top, making sure that everything is smooth and leveled. And then once that's done, I will go in and put on my top coat. And cure that under the light for about a minute. And once that's done, take a lint-free wipe, a little bit of rubbing alcohol, and clean off the nails, and then you're finished. And this is what I got. Look at these babies. I mean, these are absolutely gorgeous. And I had a blast creating these, and this literally took me no time to do. PolyGel is truly a beginner's friendly nail product, especially gelish. Some people say it's hard, but I personally like it because it's easier to shape the nails and you don't have to deal with the product becoming sticky and runny. Now, if you all enjoyed this video, don't forget to press that thumbs up button. And if you are new to the channel, take a little moment to press that subscribe button and then turn on those notifications so that you don't miss another video. I really enjoy creating this look for you. And until next time, bye!